This time on Scott's Kitchen, we're going to review and demonstrate the Ninja Ice Cream Maker. Hello and welcome to Scott's Kitchen. Today we're going to do something pretty special. We're not really going to be cooking anything. We got this new Ninja Ice Cream Maker. I don't know how new they are out in the market, but it's new to us. We were over at my brother-in-law Arthur's house for the Super Bowl party. He's a big Eagles fan, so way to go. Congratulations, Arthur, on your team winning the Super Bowl. That was pretty cool. And he brought out these containers, and it wasn't empty. It had ice cream in it, and he was asking everybody to taste different flavors and things like that. And I was like, well, where did you buy that or whatever? And he said, no, we made it. I have a new ice cream maker. So I looked at it a little bit, and quickly I said, I need to have one of those. So we went ahead and ordered one, and I've just been having a ball with it. It's been so much fun making ice cream. Rather than just buying ice cream, we can make it and make all different kinds of flavors. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to demonstrate how all this works, talk about the recipes a little bit, talk about the good points and bad points that we found about this, and eat some really good ice cream. So come along, it should be really fun, and should be a great time. Okay, so the first thing I think we should probably do is talk about the downsides, which there's really not that many. I guess the downsides of this is it kind of makes a small container, but that's kind of a good point too. You don't want to be eating too much ice cream all the time. And the another downside of it is kind of loud when you'll see when I put the ice cream in there and we process it. It's a little bit loud. The other thing is you need to make the starter a day ahead of time. So you can't just like, oh, I'm going to make ice cream and go and, a certain time later you have ice cream. You have to make the mix and then you have to put it in the freezer for like a whole day. And so that's kind of like a downside. You can't just really you kind of have to think ahead. It's nice if you have a few different starters in the freezer that are all frozen, then you can just make them whenever you want to. But when you run out, then it's kind of like, well, now I have to do a little bit of work. So a little bit upfront work, a little bit loud, but otherwise we're having a ball with the thing. And that's all the issues. Using it was pretty straightforward. There's some nice pictorials on here to show you exactly how to do it. And so let's leave the good and bad points of it. I think you've heard the downside of it, but let's go how you would actually use it in a given day. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to make the starter. So you don't even touch the machine. First of all you need is this. And one of the cool things that we did is we bought several of these extra. So I think it comes with 2 with this, but we bought like 4 more. And this is your fill line right there. And so we have instructions, which I'll put up here on how to do it. And it has some pretty basic ingredients, except for the one ingredient that was kind of interesting to me was 1 tablespoon of cream cheese. So this is a recipe to do 1 container worth. We kind of learned our lesson after we did a couple, and we started doing batches of 2 at a time, so we could do 2. So the prep time is 5 minutes for that, but freezer time is 24 hours. Let's see. So that 1 teaspoon of cream cheese, that was kind of interesting. You put that in the microwave and you kind of heat that up so it gets a little bit gooey. And then sugar, heavy cream, whole milk, and then you would do your flavoring. So I have one of these that's vanilla, so we would do vanilla extract. And then I have another one that's chocolate, so we did cocoa powder in there. So just some basic ingredients that we did, mix it up. You put it in here to the fill line, seal the cap on, and then put it in the freezer for overnight. And then in the morning is the next step. Okay, so we've mixed that according to the ingredients that I just said, put it in the freezer overnight, and this is all frozen really solid. And if you tried to eat it right now, you couldn't really even get a spoon in there. Oh wait, this is on there. You couldn't really even get a spoon in there. It's hard as a rock. And so you really don't want to do that. Then the other thing is when you put this in there, there's a lot of liquid in there and some gets on the cap. You can go ahead and just clean this cap right now because you don't really need all that stuff on there. And it kind of melts and it starts dripping all over. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the vanilla one. So we take this off again. This is right to the fill line, and that's just with vanilla extract, your sugar, your cream, your milk, and things like that. So what you do is I'm going to go take this over to the sink and wash out the cap, and then you take this off. And the first thing you have to do is install this blade to it. So it has a little bit of a thing right here. So I'm gonna push this in with my finger, and then that just snaps in like that. Then you're gonna take, it has these little ridges on the bottom that correspond with that. So I'm gonna do that till it clicks, and then put this on till it clicks right here. And that's the release. We don't want to do that. And then put this in here. And we don't need to push. There's a button over here on the side, which I'll push in a second to get it out. But for right now, we just turn this. Oop. Turn this. Push the power. And then we're going to do ice cream. Ready? Engage. So then we just wait till these lights. You can see kind of how loud it is. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'll be done. And we're done. So you just wait for all 4 of those lights to be done. Okay, so now what you do is you push this button over here on the side, spin it, and then what we found is that we want to respin. So we push this button, which kind of does a respin. What it basically does, it takes a rock hard solid block of ice milk and it kind of grinds it down and makes it all fluffy and smooth. This we can respin and even make it more. We'll just do that one more time. Well, and that brings us to this week's sponsor, Ninjas. Not only make great ice cream makers, but they can also help you out with like invading a palace, rescuing a princess. If you need any kind of services like that, please hire a ninja. You can call 1-800-NINJA or any of your fine retailers that handle Ninja and Ninja type products. Thank you. Okay, we're all done with that. So it's spun twice. Push this button, spin this, and then we push this button here, and this whole thing will come out, and then just kind of grab the hold of this. And so that's what that looks like in there. And then what you can start to do is do your mix-ins. So we have lots of mix-ins that we can do. Let me show you some of those over here. So we have all kinds of things. You can do Thin Mints, Butterfinger, Heath Bar, bananas are good. We can put those over here. Okay, so we take this, and we have to decide what you want. Do you want, I'm going to put some chocolate syrup in there. So just a little bit of that. It's whatever you want. It's really fun. That's going to make it pretty chocolatey. Ooh, yummy. And then if you have a candy bar, what you want to do is just kind of break up the candy bar here. Probably the glass countertop is not the best thing in the world to do this on. I tried putting these in whole, and it wouldn't really chop them up. So you do need to put this in there. So what this really reminds me of is like Heath Blizzard from Dairy Queen, which I like. We have a Dairy Queen really close to our house, which I like to go. It has a drive-through and it's very quick, but it's like $7 or $8 just for a standard size Blizzard. I think you can get the really small ones, but you know, I like the bigger ones. And so This, you can make it just for pennies. I started off buying the full-size candy bars, you know, like the Heath bars and stuff, and those were kind of expensive. But then I went ahead and got these minis, which are pretty fun. It's a whole bag of them. It's like $5. Okay, so then we got our chocolate syrup, put that in there, and then we're going to go ahead and drop this back into our container. This on like this. Okay, so we have our mixed ice cream in here with all of our mix-ins. And we just kind of do that whole thing. And then this time we're going to push this button, which is our mix-in button. That's going to chew up all of the rest of those Heath bars and mix it with all the chocolate syrup and everything. Okay, so we just push that button, push this button, and this is the only part we really need to clean. This part doesn't get dirty at all, and you can clean it if you want, but okay. So it's so nice and creamy, and this will firm up a little bit if you put it back in the freezer, but you can go ahead and eat it now. And it's got pieces of that Heath bar, and it looks just like a Blizzard. So the Blizzard, they always hold it upside down like it's a big deal. I can do that too. Okay, so I'm going to put the cap on this and put this back in the freezer. All right, let's see how this does. And I can see all the little specks of the chocolate and the Heath bar. It really does taste like a Blizzard. It's really good. And the cool thing is I can do whatever flavor I want. If I wanted to put, I don't know, some fruit in there, something like that, any kind I wanted, or different kind of candy bars. I want to put Snickers, or just keep it real simple with vanilla. That's really good. Anyway, this makes a delicious treat, and it's kind of fun to do. So I highly recommend the Ninja Ice Cream Maker. Hope you had fun watching this, and I think you should go out and buy one of these and make some of your own ice cream. It'd be great, and we'll see you next time on Scott's Kitchen. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Man, this is good.